Catch up on all the live shows right here on africatechradio.com.
Another dimension we're living in. It's the month for women, celebrating women this month. I mean, in whatever strides they're making at their work, homes, clinics, neighborhood, even banks, wherever women are, we're celebrating each and every one of them this month. And all through the month of March, we're going to be bringing on ladies who are doing one thing or another in the tech space. And of course, we're going to be having some Twitter live space to share conversations that are very, very relatable to the everyday woman. And we just have so much content packed for this month. So tell your sister, tell your friend, tell your neighbor, your colleague, whosoever you can tell right now to always keep a tab on us. Keep looking out for our content. Keep looking out for what ATR is all about, because we are reporting the innovations, we're reporting inventions, we're reporting what's going on around the tech block. Yes, we are your number one Africa's Technology Radio. My name is Bookii, and of course, welcome to CruiseCtrl. You can see I feel so great because this month is my month. Yes, it's not my birthday month, but it's the month where I feel seen, heard. I feel like everything I do matters, and I don't have to compete with men. How does that feel? Great. Yes, to commemorate this, we're definitely going to be bringing on so many people who are front runners, and of course, who are doing one thing or another to push this space forward. I'm talking about the tech space. So today, I'm going to be having two people come through on the show. We're talking about African tech space needs more women. Yes, I feel like there's not enough, and statistics is also showing us that the percentage of women in Africa in general, and mostly looking at the sub-Saharan Africa and the tech explosion we're having right now, there is not enough women in that space. And we're also looking at the qualities that women bring to the table, because sometimes men feel like, she's just a woman, she's just going to give an idea from the perspective of a woman. But how about we look at it that the contributions that women are making are very vital, crucial, and critical in helping with moving products, brands, even innovation, app creation, websites, all of that stuff, the look and feel of things. You need to know how people are receptive to it, and how best can you get that reaction, if not from women. You know, women don't know how to hide their feelings. If we're hurt, would speak up, would actually frown, there'll be a smirk on our face. If we're interested in something, we're very, charismatic, Kavi. Yeah, is that a word? I'm trying to go through my dictionary in my brain right now, but welcome to CruiseCtrl. It's a beautiful Friday. Charismatic, yes, that's the word. I can't remember what I said, but is it really interesting? You see, that correction is coming from a guy, but I'm not going to bring that up right now. Let's just get on with the show. A lot of great music for us to enjoy together. And of course, the conversation is going to be super packed today. So keep it locked with us. 24/7, we're churning out good content for you guys. So in case you feel like there are other things you would love to listen to, or at your free time, you can binge listen to our content on www.africatechradio. We've got a great lineup of content from different presenters. Yes, we are spicy like that. So, but right now, let's go enjoy some music. This is Drake and Thames with Fountain. After that one, Drake and Thames, I Will Wait by Mumford and Sons, and of course Kendrick Lamar coming up with The Cops, and I will be back. And of course, looking around the tech block and seeing what is happening, what's going on. Much ado to say, ChatGPT is the conversation. It's running the tech industry, it's running the tech block, and it's running our lives right now. But certain people are receptive to ChatGPT, and certain people are still trying to figure out what's the importance of this in my life. I feel like I talked about this few weeks back, trying to compare the different chatbots by some of the big tech companies like Google, Microsoft, and a couple of them. And right now, another information going around is Apple is restricting the app that is going to be acting as the ChatGPT for iOS phones. And there's a reason why. But first and foremost, I think we should break down this ChatGPT. What does ChatGPT stands for? Because a lot of people don't even know. ChatGPT stands for Chat Generative pre-trained transformer, chat generative pre-trained transformer. This is like an app that helps you generate a response, gives you accurate range of answers, and of course it helps you just get a response that is different from the web 2 kind of response you get on your search engine. So this has come to help a lot of people through creating their thesis, essay, proposal, business strategy, and all of that great stuff. So ChatGPT operates on an open AI. So this means that it can actually give you some response that are just quite basic and could be inaccurate and of course sometimes untruthful. I feel like that's one of the reasons why Google Babs is being sued to pay $100 million just because it had an error on NASA. You can imagine. So it's a wide range of information out there, but not sieved to the optimum best. So there could be some inaccuracy, and of course more than a group of people having the same result, which is why schools are banning it, because it's helping to promote malpractice, or is it what? Plagiarism, yes. So everybody just having a copy of the same answer. Yes, so Apple has given a restrictive order to the app that is trying to introduce ChatGPT to the iOS, and the response is the fact that the blue mail that is trying to promote ChatGPT in the App Store has some license that hasn't been filtered, saying that there could be some information out there that is inappropriate and underaged. So for me, this is a good reason, because Apple seems to be the company that they are strict on the type of apps they promote on their platforms and software and all of that stuff. So to promote a ChatGPT software on Apple, it has to go through a couple of verification. And this blue mail that is trying to introduce ChatGPT to Apple has to go through all of that. So Apple is putting ChatGPT on a tight leash when it comes to the iOS store, meaning that they can't just give out an app and people start downloading. Because since the introduction of ChatGPT, over 100 million subscribers in just 2 months, 100 million users. I mean, when Microsoft introduced Bing, that's their open AI source for chatbot, over 1 million subscribers were on the wait list. So you can see how people are eager to use this new innovation to help simplify their life task and work and all of that things going on in their head that they need solution and answers to. So right now, people are actually looking for shortcuts, and ChatGPT has actually come to help. They operate on a large language program. So this email client's Blue Mail wants to add ChatGPT powered feature to its iOS app to help users automate their message writing. So for some of you that can't think of a quick caption for your Instagram post, or when Twitter asks you what's happening, you really can't put in word exactly what's going on around you or what you're thinking about. This ChatGPT powered by Blue Mail will help you create a great caption that will be kind of captivating and looks like it came from you directly. You know what I'm saying? Everybody needs some cheat code sometimes. Yes. So Apple rejected this, saying that your app includes AI generated content but does not appear to include content filtering at this time. So that's the only reason why Apple is not allowing Blue Mail to push their ChatGPT software on their app store. So I feel like we should think about it though. A lot of young people now have access to phones and some of them are not monitored. How many people get to use the child privacy setting on their phones? These days you find like a 5-year-old operating an iPad. When I was 5-year-old, you beg to even watch TV. You beg. Yeah. So that's how much the world has changed around us. And right now we need to watch out for the things that are on our stores, Play stores, Apple stores, Google stores, because you need to control certain things. And this big companies are helping to reduce access to inappropriate and inaccurate stuff to the kids. So this is one information going around the blog, because a lot of people don't know what is ChatGPT, but ChatGPT has come to stay, and of course it's still going to create a whole lot of change that we're still getting to find out. So keep listening to Africa Tech Radio. We'll be bringing you all of this information. Yes, we are reporting all the technology innovations and advancements in Africa, one broadcast at a time. My name is Bookii, your host on CruiseCtrl. I think I'm talking too fast, too much, but it's the excitement inside me to talk about, what tech is doing, how my life feels very easy. I don't get to think about stuff too much. All I have to do is just, input my question, and voila, I have like a person-to-person response, even though there is nobody there. Yes, that feels so great, and I don't feel alone anymore. I don't feel bored. So one interesting thing I saw yesterday, I don't know if this is as a result of fake news, but I found it on someone's status that I'm really close to, who is actually a tech head, but looking at the fun side of what's happening in tech, saying that even the Microsoft Bing chatbot is saying they are not giving Bing enough time to give enough answers. Like last 2 weeks, there was a report that Microsoft Bing was limited to 5 responses. After 5 responses, you get to ask another type of question for it to continue the process of chatting with you. So it's really, the robot right now is really not happy about that development and decided to voice out. So it's kind of like, is robots, are they taking over the planet? Are they taking over the space? What's going on? How can Bing be complaining that you're not giving me enough time to chat? It's just like talking to your boyfriend and you're like, why do you have to hang up? I still have a lot to say to you. That kind of feeling. So that's one fun way to look at this ChatGPT innovation. There's still more to come from this, aside just helping you simplify your proposal, your strategy session, your, what's not, writing caption. I think this is a great news for me today, because I have some pictures I haven't posted because I've not got the right caption. Can you imagine? Please, I beg, Apple, what are you doing? Let's get this thing running. Looking at the news once more, and of course there are stories around companies that are not just letting things slide by, and another company doing that is Airbnb. I know for some of you who are like travelers or sojourners, you like to just take some vacation, any vacation that you're taking. That means you're not going to be staying in your house or in your home or in your geographical location. You're going to be changing the time zone. That means you need a place to rest. You need a place to sleep. So Airbnb is one company that foster giving you the privilege of getting good apartments, good stay. Because some people struggle with having results or where to stay or figuring out a good apartment for their short stay. So Airbnb has helped solve that. That's the way they've contributed to the technology innovation around us, giving us that space where we can actually see what the apartment looks like and check out the location. So it gives us the privilege, rather than going to the big hotels and very expensive branded hotels, we can actually just look for a place that feels like home. But the restriction has been that they are not just going to allow people who have been banned, like you've got like misdemeanor attached to your name or criminal case, or you've been a suspect or wanted person. So Airbnb is not going to be giving such person the permission to use their service. And also for people who are going to be sharing an apartment, a lot of information you have to fill if you're going to be getting served by Airbnb. So they have the ban on people likely to travel with prohibited users. So this means that Airbnb is going to be banning people from its site based on their association with folks who have been deemed a safety risk and removed from the platform. So, you know how people could be like, I really can't travel because I've got some issues. My app is not loading up my information and data. So let me use yours. I'll just travel alongside you. So right now, that's not possible because you have to fill in the correct data of the person you're traveling with, and you're going to be using their service. You're going to be staying in their apartment. These apartments are registered by different people. So in case you have a room that you can spare, you have to put in the details, location, your own personal information and data on their app. So the users also have to do the same thing, put their time that they're going to stay for, where they're coming from, their history, medical, police, all of those stuff. You have to just put it there. So right now, the company is confirming via Vice that it does sometimes restrict access because of some persons. Their travel partner could be a person that has been banned by the association, and you can't just do mago and bypass certain rules and policies. So right now they are claiming that this is a necessary safety precaution. The practice has been on the low for some time now, but they've been trying on how to implement completing background checks on their users for years. And the system also features an appeal process which ban users with limited and travel information that is not correct. Yes. So they're just not allowing people use their platforms and be associated with people that are unfit for their app. Is their decision, is their say. So for you to use Airbnb, make sure that you are a patriotic citizen of your country. So don't look like you can be a very unserious person here and you'll be allowed to go to some other country or some state and you'll be allowed freely just because you're changing location. No, there will be background check on you and see if you're fit to use their service, to use their apartment. I remember one time on social media seeing a story of a lady that actually got the service of Airbnb and refused to leave. She started like overstaying, not paying the money she was supposed to pay for the stay, and she turned the apartment into a very dirty place. She wasn't cleaning, she wasn't even paying a service charge, she wasn't doing anything, and she refused to leave. It took calling the police on her before she actually left. Even while leaving, she assaulted the person who owned the apartment. You can imagine. So all of this misdemeanor and action needs urgent reactions to, and also limiting people of this type of behaviors. So there are a list of bad behaviors that people tend to have, and if you're going to be rendering service to people of different culture, different tribe, different characters and traits, you just have to do a whole lot of background check on the users. Yes, so if someone is removed from like the serious safety incident in using the Airbnb reservation, they are not going to be allowed to have a rebook or book sometime in the future. They are going to cancel their future reservation basically. So Airbnb is not just allowing anything slide, which is good. I think that this is actually a good move in the right direction. Trust Nobody Test Me by Jesse Jacks coming up right now. Yes, Whiskey and Ira Star on that one. Very sweet tune. You know, that mood you're in, you're vibing, and you don't want anybody to spoil your vibe. I mean, that song, I've calculated how many scenarios in my head. One, I'm in my house chilling, don't want your vibe in my space, you know. I'm outside with the mandem, you know, just doing the thing, and don't let that phone ring because my besumami. I didn't fight my own demon. Yeah, I got so many mandem in my DM. So don't pick that call. You know what I'm saying? Also, another one is, you know, stepping into a space and everybody just want to rain on your parade. And you're like, mommy, I didn't fight my own demon. I don't know. There's so many things. Even on your streets, you know, you just rolling your car in and somebody just want to block the road. Like, don't do that. Don't do it. Don't do that. Should I continue? Also in the tech space, guys, women are actually proving that Magbe Sumomi, we're here for the money. Just like the space is expanding, guys, women are also leveraging on this fourth industrial revolution, and they're also proving that they've got what it takes to advance their career to the next level. I mean, African women are refusing to back down in this tech revolution that we are all talking about, that is sweeping the continent. And today I'm going to be looking through a number of women. So I'm going to spread this particular conversation. I'm going to spread it into next week because I'm highlighting and calling out the profile of women who are front runner and at the forefront of pushing the boundary. And of course, when we talk about gender equality, it's a movement that has been going on for quite some time now. We've seen black women in Western world also demanding for what they deserve. And here in Africa, where men, the traditional scope and the historical positioning of women is that we belong to the other room and we belong to the kitchen, we belong to taking care of the family. I mean, education is not something that people think is priority for the female gender. But right now we're changing all of that narrative, and Africa Tech Radio is reporting situation around women taking charge in boardrooms and of course building startups and everything. So I'm going to be listing a couple of women who are actually pushing this bound all around the continent, guys. This is not just a Nigerian thing. It's not just a South African thing. It's all Africa, like Kenya, like Ivory Coast, just calling out people that are not letting their gender put them down. No. We've got what it takes, guys. We've got it. So first of all, I'm going to be going all the way to Kenya. There is Gian Abbas. She's the founder and CEO of Limit Tech. Insurance is something that we seem to, not put as priority in Africa. I don't know why that is, but Gian founded Limit Insurance in 2018 to actually digitize insurance product in Kenya and across Africa. The startup creates an API insurance service platform to digitize the entire process of registration and having your insurance sorted out when you need it. So she has been able to raise $1.8 million in seed capital. So a round of applause, guys. I feel like today I've been giving people a lot of round of applause. So let's get it. Yes. Shout out to Gian Abbas all the way in Kenya doing her thing. And in Ghana, we have Mishi Adi. She's the co-founder and CEO of Jetstream Africa. So she moved to Ghana in 2017 and saw an opportunity to innovate, and of course she got in touch with a co-founder and they founded Jetstream Africa. Jetstream is a technology enabled logistic company focused on cross-border trade. So they've been able to raise a $3 million in seed fund in the year 2021 so far. So Mishi is doing a thing, helping solve logistic problem in Ghana to the world. So a round of applause going out to Mishi Adi in Ghana. I hope she can hear us someday. Yes. And right here in the heart of Africa, Nigerians, we like to, show off. Yes. So we've got Tomilola Majekodumi, the founder and CEO of Bookii. Bookii was introduced in the year 2018, and their mission is to digitize cash and provide a safer path to savings for micro businesses and individuals working in the informal sector. I mean, sometimes we overlook these people, and they are the major contributor to circulation of money. I've come to understand with the little situation we've experienced in the past few weeks, I've come to understand that these micro businesses, they play a major role in the circulation of cash. So Bookii is helping them digitize and provide a safer path to savings. So shout out to Tomilola Majekodumi all the way in Nigeria right here. Yes. I'm feeling elated by the round of applause I'm giving out today. Maybe me too, I'll give myself a round of applause after this show. I deserve it, right? Yeah, I can hear you nodding your head or making that sign that go Bookii, go Bookii, go. Yes, and all the way to Sudan, we have Tanim Said. She is the co-founder and CEO of Outlog. She built this tech startup, which is a classified platform and marketplace which allows for people to check out the prices of things and connect buyers to sellers. Yes, in October 2021, she was able to raise a $5 million investment, and she became the first startup to get foreign investment in Sudan since the U.S. economy sanction was lifted. This is a great stride for her. I mean, being the first female founder to raise that amount of money, I feel we should do double round of applause. Yes, this is the first one, and we go again. Yes. And we're back here in Nigeria, guys. So you see, this is why it's cruise control. We go round, just cruising, driving around. I'm your pilot. It could be that we're taking private jets. We just could land in your neighborhood. You never can say. Yes, we have Jessica Anuna in Nigeria. She's the founder and CEO of Clash. Jessica started Clash in 2018 on the back of running a business in China for 3 years. So Clash is like an e-commerce platform, and they provide Africans products from global fashion retailers. She's a Lagos, San Francisco based person. So she started up, a startup started in Lagos and also in Francisco. So that's where she was based. And this was off the back of tech starters and Gino investments that she actually was involved in Dubai. She's been able to raise a seed fund of over $2 million. So let's give a round of applause for Jessica Anuna. Our very own. I think I've met this person in person, but it wasn't so much of conversation we were able to have that day. But she was quite receptive, and I saw where the motivation came to help people solve their financial problems. We have Odunayo Eweni in Nigeria. She's the co-founder and CEO of Piggyvest. A lot of people have actually improved their saving culture with Piggyvest. Notwithstanding the economic situation, people have actually been able to save towards a life that is about their goals, and just being able to keep a percentage, because over here in Nigeria, I would not lie, it's hard to save. The price of what you're buying today is not the price it's going to be tomorrow. Yesterday's price is not today's price, and today's price is not tomorrow's price. So she has been able to help people build a saving culture. Odunayo is a serial entrepreneur. I also founded Piggyvest, and of course, this investment app has actually empowered people to better manage and save their money. So let's give a round of applause for Eweni Odunayo. Hey. Also in Nigeria, we've got this particular person. I'm still looking for how I'm going to get a free table. Yeah, I don't know why it's table. But she has been able to revamp the carpentry culture. I mean, back in the days, we think carpentry work was not really a feminine thing. And of course, even male were actually discriminated against, because you're not giving us that Polish, Italian, getting it from Germany, bringing all of your whatever you use for carpentry work from abroad. We really don't fancy you like that. But she came in. Jumoke Dada is the founder and CEO of Taylor. Yes, Jumoke Dada leads Taylor to produce urban furniture using African-inspired pieces. I've come across a couple of her pieces where you see the regular motor tire being used as a table, and this doesn't look cheap, guys. It looks very exquisite, very lush, just giving that big man vibe, minimalist thing going on. She said she's able to make some of her creation using augmented reality and virtual reality. Taylor enhances customers' experience by allowing them to envision how the furniture looks in their space before purchasing it. So you're not just going to a showroom to see, I'm trying to build this thing in my head, but they give you a virtual reality reality of what the furniture is going to look like in your space. It's more like what Primark is doing, where you have to use augmented reality to test the clothing that you're about to purchase. So you don't have to go to your house and see that it doesn't fit, though the design doesn't work, it contracts things. So all of that problem is being solved using augmented reality and virtual reality. See, carpentry sounds fun, right? So just in case somebody's telling you I'm a carpenter, put some respect on their name. Right now we're putting respect on Jumoke Dada's name with a round of applause. Yes, sir. Can I take? Okay, I can take. I can take 2 more. Yes. That's for Jumoke. And we have all the way from Morocco, Zinab Dririsi Keitoni. She is the co-founder and CEO of Dabadoc. This was actually a startup that started in 2014. It's an online platform that has been helping patients to book an appointment with doctor in a few clicks. You don't have to go to hospital and wait a long line to be able to speak with a medical consultant. So with just a click, you have more than 3,000 doctors at your fingertips across Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Nigeria, and South Africa. So she has been able to bring people closer to homes, offering medical attention and services. So a round of applause for Zineb Dirisi Keitoni, all the way from Morocco. And last but not the least, because this is where I'm going to be drawing the curtains and stepping out of the studio. So we have in Nigeria right here. One thing you should respect about Nigerians is anywhere you hear Nigerians, they are hustlers. And they see a problem and they don't wait to complain about the problems. They look for solutions straight up. That's one thing I admire about being a Nigerian. So Damilola Olukesusi is the founder and CEO of Shotlers. Shotlers is a Lagos-based mobility startup that provide scheduled bus sharing services for professionals and organizations. Much to do with that, she's providing these services mainly in Lagos. This service, I cannot guarantee you what's going on at the moment, but she was able to push this startup with a seed fund of $1.6 million, and she's still scaling and trying to move it outside the country. So in that order of our trying to build this startup of our organization, movement, and mobility, let's give a round of applause to Damilola Olukesusi. Looking forward to having some of these people on the show someday, but right now let's share and just round of applause to every woman. But first, for Damilola, before we do every woman, let's not be partial. Yes, we at Africa Tech Radio were proud of every woman I've listed. This is just one of the list of so many women I'm checking out, and I'm going to be celebrating all through the month of March. Yes, March seemed to be like a very fast month, so it won't look like it's too long. Don't worry. On Monday, we'll be back with some other list of women. I've got my very good friends on the list also, so don't worry. I'll call your person. So slow down, guys. To wrap up the show, let's give a resounding round of applause for every woman we know, be it your mother, your sister, your friend, your colleague, that auntie on your streets, in your neighborhood, the lady that runs the supermarket, the attendant at your favorite restaurant, the teller person at the bank. Even if you're not smiling at them right now, just think about it. Which female figure has been just supportive, empowering, and motivating? This is a round of applause going out to every woman. Yes. And can I give a round of applause to myself? Don't mind me, I'm a bit cheesy. Yeah, but I deserve it. Come on. Let's go again. Yes, I deserve it. It's been a wonderful Friday on the show. CruiseCtrl has actually been super, super interesting today. The conversation was very enlightening, and I just like the fact that women feel so comfortable to share what's going on in their workplace. And we are seeking more women to come into this space. There's more to be done. the Africa tech space is still exploding. There's chance and enough problems to be solved. So we welcome every woman who is looking at switching careers, and those who have already switched and they're still trying to find their balance, and those who are at the forefront doing a whole lot of great stuff and building startups where women can also work and thrive and earn a living. A big shout out to you. Yes, so I'm celebrating that character in every woman. So to switch the show, you have to tell us your superpower. Yes.
I've been asked this thing before.
Do you fly?
I wish. Really? At night? Not me. Maybe he's just saying what he can do. Anyway, I was asked this thing in an interview once, and I just realized that my superpower is perception. You know? Like, I have this gift.
You can smell it.
Yes, and it's usually true. Like, I can find, like, if I look at somebody or notice somebody for the first time, I can perceive the kind of person the person's going to be. But I keep it to myself and just observe, and it's almost always true. So that is my superpower.
I feel in a culture where women usually feel unsafe, that's a great superpower, because you can sense everybody. It's like, I smell you. I smell your venom. I smell your crystals. I smell everything. I smell your kryptonites. Yes. But that's a good one. That's a good one. I'm going to play this song by Chaka Khan. It's I Am Every Woman, because we're celebrating women and we feel like everyone has got a superpower. But first, aren't we every woman? Yeah, we are. We've got it in us. Yeah. So I'm going to say my goodbye right now. I'll be bouncing out of the studio. From me to you, it's peace, love, and more music. But then have a safe weekend. Don't drink and drive. And if you're going to be having any conversation that is going to involve getting physical, I'll beg you to please restrain. Okay, restrain. Yeah, I know you have power, but don't do that. It's a beautiful weekend. Just relax and enjoy the weekend. And of course, you can binge listen to our programs just in case you don't have anything to do this weekend. It's a good way to spend the weekend. Bye-bye. See you next week, Monday.
Thanks for listening, and don't forget to catch up on all the live shows right here on africatechradio.com.